Look at that, guys. Hey guys, Bill here with Catch 22. I'm out on the local lake. It's fall season, colors are changing on the trees, and I'm doing some fall fishing. So I thought I would stop for a moment and do a what's the catch and list my 5 favorite fall baits. So when you think about fall fishing, you got to compare it to the pre-spawn, early spring fishing. It's very similar. The bass are out, they're chasing schools of fish, they're feeding up, winter's coming, they know it, they're going to be eating less, so they're on a feeding frenzy, and they're chasing bait fish. So these are going to be in no particular order, but starting off I'm going to go with a square bill. It's a nice moving bait, it's going to help me find those fish. You're going to deflect this off of wood. Wood is your best friend with square bills. Now this square bill is a floater, so when I pause this, it can float up, cause a reaction that way. So with the square bill, obviously it's going to mimic your bait fish. You can do a lot of things with this. You can do a steady retrieve, you can do a pause retrieve. You just want to be careful. This square bill, as you're doing a retrieve, it's what keeps you from getting hung up. And when you pause it, that's when this thing likes to get hung up. So be careful where you're pausing it. So I'm going to be throwing this on a 7-foot medium rod from Enigma, their Phenom series. It's a nice sharp rod. Whenever you have treble hooks, you want to stay towards the medium powered rods. On that rod, I have a 6:8:1 gear ratio Lew's speed spool, and I believe I have 10, maybe 12 pound test on here. And I strictly use copolymer. It's what I like, and that's what I'll throw that on. That leads me to my second fall bait that I really like to use, which is a jerkbait. So this jerkbait is the Stickmin 100 from Unfair Lures. It's in a perch color, and I really love a jerkbait in the fall. You know, it's something you obviously you jerk and you pause this bait in the water, and it really entices that bite. The fish think it's an injured fish whenever you're jerking it around or pausing it. They think it's fair game. They think it's an easy meal. This particular jerkbait actually has a little, I don't know, it's kind of like Easter grass, some type of material here to mimic maybe blood or an injury in the fish. I don't know how well that works, but this has caught me fish, and I like using it. It's got a couple knockers in here, so it's going to call those fish to this bait. They're going to hear it. They're going to get close to see what that sound is, and hopefully they're going to see, ooh, there's an injured perch. I'll have that for dinner. So I like using a jerkbait. The jerkbait goes on the exact same setup. It's a medium setup. Same thing. They're interchangeable because of those treble hooks. Okay. Next up, I have a chatterbait. Now this is a Z-Man Freedom chatterbait. I love these things. Again, you've heard me talk about them. I love the articulating hook. It does several things. It gives you more leverage over the fish. It's harder for them to throw a bait like this. Also, within this chamber here, it makes a little bit of a noise, a little clack, that helps to draw in those fish. Also, along with the disturbance in the water from the chatterblade. But another benefit of using a bait like this, where the hook swings free and it isn't interchangeable, is you can rig things weedless. So on there, I have paired a Whiplash Shad from X-Zone. It is a smoke pearl laminate. I love these plastics. But if you take a look, it helps make this even more weedless. So obviously you're fishing this around weeds and grass, and you're getting hung up so much less. I really love the Freedom chatterbaits versus any other chatterbait. Their materials are a little bit nicer than some of the cheaper chatterbaits, and that articulation gives you so many options. It's a really, really effective bait. This is also really good during those transition times when you're going from summer to fall or from fall to winter, when the fish are a little more lethargic. You can cast this out like maybe off of a ledge, let it hit bottom, and just slowly drag it back to you. You're going to want to reel it just fast enough where you feel that the blade is doing its motion, and then as soon as you feel that blade stop, you set the hook. It's really great. It's a great bait all year long, really, but in the fall and the spring, It'll get you a lot of fish. Love this. So when you're fishing something with more of a stouter hook like this, that thicker gauge metal that you're going to find on a chatterbait or a spinner bait, you're going to want to throw that on a medium heavy. So this is on a 7-foot medium heavy. So this is going to lead me to bait number 4. For any type of topwater situation in the fall, I'm going with a buzzbait. This guy makes a lot of noise. It creates a lot of commotion. This buzzbait is also from Freedom Tackle, so it's got that articulating head. It allows you to put a trailer on here. It's got that little screw right there. You can put a trailer on easily. I don't run trailers on my buzzbaits. I actually put on a trailer hook or a stinger back here for those short strikes. I can still get those fish. But again, this creates a lot of commotion in the water. It brings the fish to you. You know, you're going to want to work this in early morning, late evening, when the fish are up shallow feeding or schooling. In the fall, they like to school, and this is a perfect time to throw this bait. Again, I'll pair this because of the stout hook. I'll pair this with the medium heavy. So this combo is interchangeable. The 5th bait that I like using in the fall is a drop shot. Now the drop shot is perfect for the transition periods. Again, early fall when you're transitioning from summer, or late fall when you're transitioning into winter. The fish are going to be a little bit slower. They're going to be deeper in the water column. They're going to be lethargic. They're going to want an easy meal, and that's what the drop shot provides them. This particular bait is from X Zone again, and it's the Finesse Slammer, and it is a Violet Secret in color. The water I'm fishing today is a little bit stained, so I like that purple color. On the belly of this bait is a little brown, so it's almost like that PB&J coloring to it. It works really well in my opinion, so I like that a lot. This is going to be on a medium light spinning rod. This is 6'10". It's the Aaron's Edge series through Enigma. I really like this rod a lot. It feels really nice in the hand. It doesn't have a super long butt, so that's beneficial to me in a kayak wearing a PFD. You know, a longer butt has me out here. This shorter butt is perfect for kayak fishing. I really like this rod. On here I have a tournament spool from Lew's, a tried and true reel. It's a workhorse. Does a good job. Now, I know I said my top 5, but it's going to be kind of 6 because this and the next bait I'm going to show you are kind of interchangeable. I like them both during that time, and that is the Ned Rig. The Ned Rig never leaves my boat, actually. On really tough days, I know I can always fall back on a Ned Rig. It's a very simple presentation. This floats. It can mimic bait fish. It can mimic crawfish. It can mimic just about anything that they're feeding on. I think that's why it works so well. So the Ned Rig works great in the fall. It works great all year long. I didn't want to exclude it just because everyone uses it, everyone knows it. I know a lot of fishermen that won't even put this in their boat because they think it's too easy of a bait. But you know what? There are days when we're out there fishing and we're just getting the crap beat out of us. And we're working to get that bite. A Ned Rig will get you that bite. Now on here, I have the Ned Zone from X Zone Lures. It's their Ned bait, and it works amazing, guys. It works so amazing. It's got a little bit different of a profile. You got that little bulbous tail here that gives you just something a little different. It'll catch movement in the water and just give it a slight little wiggle that the regular Ned bait doesn't. This one here is a purple shiner. It's amazing. One thing you can do with this Ned bait that you can't with the regular one is apply scent to it. And I like using scent. I don't know if it masks my scent or it actually puts off scent for the fish. But I know I have a little more confidence in my baits when I do have scent on it. So this allows me to put scent on it. It's not going to melt. I can store this with other plastics. It's not going to melt. I really like this bait. Again, it's the Ned Zone from X Zone Lures. Amazing. So guys, that's the catch. Those are my top 5 lures for fall fishing. A square bill, a jerkbait, a chatterbait, buzzbait, and the drop shot or Ned Rig. Those are awesome fall baits. it will usually give me a good day on the water in the fall, for sure. And I hope that you guys can incorporate those into your fall fishing and get a great day of fishing yourselves. If I missed a bait that you think is amazing in the fall, please leave a comment down below. I'd like to know. But again, I hope this video helped you guys out. I hope you enjoyed it. But in the meantime, I'm Bill. This is Catch 22, and I'll catch you out on the water.